Hey guys, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm Neil, the Adventurous Investor, and on this channel we talk all things investing, business, finance, anything in that sort of nature. Today I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to another video I made about Westpac online trading tutorial, which is a platform that I use here in Australia for buying and selling equities on the ASX. If you're wanting to learn how to do that, then check out my other video on that, but today we're just going to be looking at some of the research that you can do through the online trading platform. Through Morningstar. Okay, Morningstar is an investment analyst company, which is, I put a fair bit of stock into what they have to say. I recently just read a book by Pat Dorsey, who was one of the sort of main analysts in Morningstar's early days, which is a great book. I highly recommend it. But yeah, today we're just going to be looking, and everything we're looking at today is all in the free service through Morningstar. I'm not part of the paid subscription. If you are though, drop it in the comments below whether or not you think it's worth the subscription fees. But today we're just going to be looking over everything, all that can get some great information and maybe give you some potential ideas for different companies and sectors and things to look at when you're wanting to, just when you're starting out and you're a bit unsure. There's so many different companies out there on the ASX, and then if you start looking broader again, you start looking down the US as well. There's so much information out there and it's hard to know sort of which way to go, which companies to invest with and that. So today we're just going to be looking at a couple of different options that you can look at when looking over the Westpac online trading platform, and some of the research and tools that you can use through the platform as well to help sort of, give you a good indication and sort of make it up in your own mind whether or not it's a good investment or not. So with that said though, like I say in every video, everything we talk about today is purely educational, okay? So make sure you do your own research or talk to a registered financial advisor or something as well that can advise accordingly whether or not an investment is good to make or not. With that said guys, let's jump into today's video. Alright guys, so I'm over on my Westpac online trading platform here. This is a great tool that I use for doing some more research into companies that I'm starting to get a bit of an understanding of, as Westpac have partnered up with Morningstar, an investment analyst company. So it's a great tool to use, and today we're just going to be talking about the free research that you can obtain through the Westpac online trading platform. If you're just wanting to buy and sell equities, then check out my other video on that, but today we're just going to be looking at some of the research tools that you can use here on the Westpac online trading platform. And today we're going to be looking at a company called Tassal Group, which at the moment is the second most shorted stock on the ASX. Here we are over in at shortman.com.au, and this is the top 100 shorted stocks at the moment. Number one coming in at Webjet, and number two is Tassal Group. I don't short any stocks and muck around or anything like that, as we've seen recently with GameStop, how that can go terribly wrong. But I do find it interesting to see what the most shorted stocks are, because there's sometimes potentially some gems in amongst there. But I don't want to go into that too much, but today we're going to be talking about the Westpac online trading platform here. So let's jump into it. Just to have the top of the section here, have home, my account, watch list, quotes and research. That's where we're going today. So we'll just go down here and we're going to go look at view trading ideas. This is where I come to look just to do a bit more research they have here on particular companies as well. Or if you're struggling for ideas of things to invest in, maybe you're just starting out in your investment journey, you're not too sure what companies should I invest in. There's so many different companies out there today. It's hard to know which ones are good. So, and I do put a fair bit of stock into what Morningstar has to say as well. Obviously, you still want to do your own research as well, but it's a good place to start when doing some research. And I'm going to be clicking over on this far side here, the current recommendations. There is a few different things on the left here. We can go in and do different screening sort of things if you're looking for growth stocks or all this sort of stuff as well, upcoming dividends, whatever it may be that you're looking at. And we're just going to click on this one here. So we're going to click on WPL, which is Woodside Petroleum, which brings me into this tab. And then you can go down and have a check out WPL if you wanted to. Currently they're saying it's a moderate buy, but like I said, do some research around this. It was previously a strong buy on the 20th of the 8th, 2020, and they've knocked that back to a moderate buy, which is still quite a high rating. But don't just take that as gospel and rip out and buy 100 grand's worth of Woodside. But today we're looking up Tassal Group. TGR is the ticker code if you wanted to look them up. Their share price has been getting smacked around a fair bit recently. And I've made a previous video on it. I've had a few people saying, look, can you do a follow-up video? So this is what we're going to be looking at today. This is by no means is this a buy recommendation or anything like that. Just running through some of the things here so you can do your own research on whatever particular company that you're looking to, whether that be Tassal Group or whatever other company you may be looking at. So here we've brought it up. We can come through a couple of different things here. I'm just going to be quickly scrolling through a lot of this, guys, just so you guys can come back and look at this at a later date, even if you need to pause the video to see what we're looking at or whatnot. I'm going to be rattling through it pretty quick. So here we have on the main page, it's all just the summary. You've got your last year's chart here. You can change this out to 5 years or 10 years, whatever it may be. Over on the right here, we have just a quick snapshot of the today's high and low, previous close, the market cap coming in at just over 700 million, the PE ratio, the EPS. Another great feature as well, just in case you're new to the game and you're not too sure what a PE ratio is, the price to earnings ratio, you can just hold your mouse over the tab there, and it'll actually just give you a quick snapshot on what actually the PE ratio is, or if you're, what's debt to equity again, gives you a quick little synopsis of what it actually is. And then also down the bottom here they have TGR shares appear to be a strong term near rally with longer term bearish trend. The 200-day moving average is downward sloping and implies there has been limited demand for this stock. However, the stock has been rallying recently, although it's too early to tell whether this rally could be the beginning of a new long-term trend. The stochastic oscillator is overbought and tells us that this level of upward momentum is unsustainable. Investors should proceed with caution. So put a bit of stock into what they have to say there as well. But obviously do some more research around this. I never really try and look at the short-term movements. I'm more looking at the long-term game for particular companies I'm investing in, rather than the next week or the next month. Trying to forecast what the next 5 to 10 years. That's what I'm sort of looking at when I'm looking at potentially investing. So now we have just down here. This is Morningstar's quantitative recommendation coming in at undervalued, and consensus coming in at strong buy. But like I said, do some research around this. Also, we have a little small section here on the dividends. They do have quite a healthy dividend at the moment, around that 5%, depending on what share price you pick it up at. And now they're pegging TGR at $3.78 as the fair value, so intrinsic value. That's where they're sort of pegging it at there. So something, or like I said, put some research around that. Also, you've got some technical analysis down here if you wanted to look into that. This is not something I follow too closely, the technical analysis of things, but it's something I do have a basic understanding of, but it's not something I really follow too much on a day-to-day or anything. I don't like being glued to the laptop all day watching the ticket codes or anything like that. We're just going to quickly scroll through some of this other stuff here, guys. So if we roll over to the announcements, this is any recent announcements that the company has made, whether they're buying or selling something, or here, we'll just have a quick look what they've got. So they've got a change in substantial holdings, a couple there, becoming a substantial holder. So if you open up that tab, it'll give you more information on that. Charting, that's more the short-term sort of stuff that I was just talking about. This is once again, this is not something that I generally look too much at. I do cast my eyes over it briefly, but I prefer to do a bit more research on the fundamentals of the business. Try and get a good understanding of what management are doing and that sort of thing. That's where I generally try and spend a lot of my time researching when I'm researching different companies. But here we have the moving average, like they were saying in their little brief overview there. Also the dividends, like we touched on earlier, this goes into a bit more detail about the dividends, the franking credits, when it's due, the pay date, and this is all on the free version, guys. They do have the premium version, which I don't have, but if you are a premium Morningstar subscriber, drop in the comments below, is it worth what the fees are? I get a ton of value just from the free stuff here I can obtain, but I'll be curious to know if you get some value from that. So then we go into the news, research, and recommendations here. And so this is one of the sections where you can't get access to some of it, but you can get access to some of it on the free version as well. So the premium version here, obviously, I don't have that like I just mentioned earlier. So there's not much there I can look at. But if I click on the quantitative, I do get these little recommendation reports, which you can easily download and have a bit more of a read over those. But I'm not going to pull them up, but that's how you go about finding those. If you wanted to read over those, they're quite good. It opens up another tab, and then you get the latest recommendation report from them. So as you can see, over the last sort of couple of weeks there, everything's coming in undervalued for TGR. Let's keep rolling through this. The About section is quite good as well. Gives you a quick brief overview of the company here, the CEO, the dividend reinvestment features, shareholder discounts, website, the address and whatnot. For those that aren't aware, Tassal is a salmon farming company based in Tasmania, and they also have prawn farming up on the east coast of Australia as well. Directors' interests, current and previous directors, shareholders over here. Then we have the forecasts and trends. As we can see here, this is a great place to look as well. Over the last 3 years, earnings growth at TGR has averaged 6.11% annually. This is worse than the industry average growth of 6.94%. For fiscal years 2021 and 2022, analysts are estimating that the average annualized growth will be weaker than during the last 3 years. So this is what Morningstar analysts are forecasting into the future, what they are looking at for Tassal. So here we say the earnings, they're sort of dropping off a little bit here, maybe picking up in 2023, and then dividend per share is dropping off for this year as well, and then picking back up in 2022-23. So there's something to look at, the forecasts here as well. And they have one analyst coming in at a strong buy. This is the historical recommendations for the company. Trading ideas. This is another good little area I like to look at as well for running comparisons compared to other companies in similar sector. Here we have the overview again, some of the latest announcements made by the company. Then the company comparison. This is a great tool I like to use just to compare, apples to apples, let's say. So here we have Tassal Group here coming at the top of the list, obviously, because that's what we're looking at. And then just compares to similar different companies in the similar sort of sector. So we've got Australian Agriculture Company Limited coming in number 2. Select Harvest, which is almond producer here in Australia. I think one of the biggest in the world, actually, of almonds in the off-season. And Synlait Milk as well, which is partnered up there with A2. A2's buying a lot of Synlait's milk. I think about 60% of Synlait's milk. And they're trading almost at a 52-week low. That's not a buy recommendation or anything, guys. I'm just sort of looking at some of this. And then Bubs as well was like the younger brother to A2, let's say, even younger than the younger brother. So that's just, and then if you wanted to add another company that you may be interested in similar to Tassal, then you can just type in the ticker code and off you go to compare that and get rid of the other ones if you didn't want to have them in your watch list as well. And then lastly, down the far end here, we have the financials. In case if you wanted to run in, have a bit of a look over the balance sheet, which I highly recommend, looking over the company historicals, the financials and the balance sheet. And like I said earlier, if you're a bit unsure what you're looking at, just hold your mouse over it and it'll come up with what the cash flow is, what the sales are, what the capital spending is. So in case you just need something to jog your memory, oh, what am I looking at again? Then this will give you a brief sort of, that's right, that's what I'm looking at again. Because a lot of this, when you're first starting out, can be a bit overwhelming. A lot of numbers, what does all this actually mean, sort of thing. So this is great. That's why I find it quite good just to sort of give this, oh, that's cool, that's right. And after you start looking at a few of these, it'll start becoming second nature. You sort of, at a glance, you'll be able to sort of tell roughly what the company's doing. Are they getting good profitable, or what's the story, sort of thing? What are you looking at here? Are they paying dividends? What's the free cash flow? All that sort of stuff as well. So that's just a real brief overview, guys. If there's anything on this that you a bit unsure of or anything like that, drop in the comments below and I'll do my best to try and help you out. I'm probably going to do a follow-up video just looking at more cash flow statements, balance sheets and that sort of thing. I'll briefly touch on here. I've touched on it in a few other videos, but I'm thinking I might just do a whole video just to looking at a balance sheet and that sort of thing. So if you'd be interested in seeing that, drop that in the comments below as well. But for that one there, guys, we're going to wrap it up today. Hey guys, hope you got some value there going over some of the key numbers and things you can look at through the Westpac online trading platform, and obviously all courtesy of Morningstar. Like I said, that's all through the free service. It's not part of the paid service or anything, so everything we looked over there today you can use just when you sign up to Westpac online trading platform, or whatever platform you may be using. If you're using CommBank, they have a similar sort of system in the back end there, or generally most online trading platforms do have some research tools and things and give you particular ideas on different companies and things to look at as well, which I definitely recommend you spend some time in there, especially if you're looking at investing any amount of money. But especially if you're looking at investing a considerable amount of your capital, definitely do some research on it all, just so you have a better understanding of what you're actually investing in, and compare it to other companies as well in the same sort of sector, see how they're stacking up and see what Morningstar is sort of pegging as well. Like I say, I do put a fair bit of stock into what Morningstar has to say, but always do your own research or speak to a registered financial advisor or someone who can advise accordingly. With that said, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, it'd be much appreciated if you hit that like button. Helps me out a ton, helps push these videos out a bit further. And if you'd like to stay up to date with the latest videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can stay up to date with the latest videos drops. With that said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.